Hello and welcome to this Yogalates practice where I'm going to be taking you through a mix and blend of yoga and Pilates. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Danielle, a certified yoga teacher and Pilates instructor in training. Now we are going to get started in a child's pose. In terms of a prop, Pilates ring would be great. You can use a yoga block if you do not have a Pilates ring or something similar. Be creative, it's all good. So coming back into a child's pose, knees can be together or they can be apart, torso dropping in between your thighs, arms stretched out in front, forehead to the mat. Breathe naturally here. Lift your palms off the ground and come up onto your fingertips. And imagine that you have a cupcake underneath your hands. And as you place your palms back down onto the mat, you're going to smash that cupcake. Lift up onto the fingertips, back down into the mat. One more time, back up. Back down into the mat. Walk your arms out even further, feeling the stretch in the upper back, in the shoulders. Lift your body up into a tabletop position. Palms pressed down into the mat, navel to spine, knees hip width distance apart. From here, lift your left leg off the mat, toes pointing out. Lift your right arm off the mat also if that feels right for you. If not, keep it down, all good. So you're stretching out that left leg, stretching out that right arm. Then you're going to bring them together, doming at the spine, crunching, engaging your core. Back out. Inhale to prepare, exhale in. Back out. Don't worry too much about where your back leg is. Just ensure that you're engaging and activating that leg and that arm. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Place the right palm down into the mat and then that left knee down. And let's do the other side. So inhale to prepare, exhale, straighten out that right leg behind you. Left palm off the ground. Inhale, exhale in. 2, 3 more. Palm down, knee down. Let's just do some circles. So palms further out onto your mat, knees widened, and just circle 5 times on one side and 5 times on another side. Don't worry about what this looks like. This is not a dancing class. Yeah, like, just do your thing. It's all good. I think that was 5 for me. 1. And when you've done your last one, just come back to center into that tabletop position. So you're going to come on to your toes, up into a downward facing dog. Palms pressed into the mat, your feet
Your heels may be on the ground, they may be lifted, all good. Look ahead, step forward with that right foot, step forward with the left. Half forward fold, forward fold. Gently roll up into a standing position. Fix my leggings. Circle the arms overhead. And then from here, twist out. So twist to the right side. Right arm behind you, left arm out in front. Look to the back. Bring the arms back up overhead, twisting. Other side. Arms overhead. Let's do this one more time on each side. Arms overhead. Circle the arms down, forward fold, half forward fold. Step back into a downward facing dog. I'm not going to do the chaturanga and back bend here. Breathe. Wave the body forward, so come up onto your toes and just play around here. Come back up into that downward facing dog. You can drop your knees to the mat as well. You hear that shake in my voice? Back, let's do that 2 more times. We're just playing around, warming up the body, doing something different. 1 more time. Back up into that downward facing dog. And we're going to step to the front of the mat. Half forward fold, forward fold. Arms overhead, coming into a chair pose. So this is where we're going to bring the prop in here. Chair pose, sitting back into that imaginary chair, arms lifted overhead beside the ears. Looking forward, engaging your core, engaging your glutes. You can bring your palms to the front of your chest if this is too much. Coming up onto the balls of your feet. Bringing the ring in front, staying on the balls of your feet. Place your heels back down. Lift up overhead. Squeeze the glutes. Come up into a standing position. Release your arms down. Arms overhead into a back bend if that's right for you. Coming back into a chair pose. Toes lifted. Arms out in front. Arms overhead. Heels back down. Squeeze, come up into that back bend. Make your way down into a forward fold. Release your prop. Hands on your shins. Step back into a plank pose. Palms pressed into the ground. You can drop your knees if you wish to do so. Shift the body forward. So we've got one aligned line. Come up onto the ball of your left foot and lift your right foot off the mat, up and down. So inhale to prepare. Exhale up. 3 more. Same thing on the other side. Drop the knees onto the mat. Shift back into a child's pose. Woo! Now that brought some spice and some heat. I couldn't even talk much when I was doing that. Come up into a tabletop position. A challenge is a good thing. Okay, from here, back up into a downward facing dog. From here, step to the front of your mat. And just allow yourself to ragdoll here. So you may want to sway side to side if that feels right. Swing side to side. Knees bent. Don't worry about having them stretched. And this just feels really good as like an additional release for the body. Roll up. Arms overhead, circle those arms ahead. We're going to twist back out into that T-shaped position. Arms back to the front, inhale, exhale, twist back out. On the other side, arms overhead. One more time on each side. Arms overhead. Arms overhead. Circle the arms down and around. Forward fold, half forward fold. Step back and come on to your knees. So coming onto your knees, palms pressed into the mat. Now from here, shift the left leg back and just bring that left leg out to the side and just dip back, fold your body over the right thigh, come back up. Bring that left leg back in and let's just repeat on the other side. I feel like I'm blowing right into the mic now. Switch. I'm just turning my head. Okay, one more time. And then back into that tabletop position. From here, make your way on to your back. Bringing your trusty prop with you because props are our friend. Links to a post that I recently shared. And let's move into some active, fun glute bridges. So before we do that, let's just do some pelvic tilts, small ones back and forth. Remembering to breathe. I know it might sound strange remembering to breathe because we breathe all the time, but as we move through certain things, sometimes we can hold our breath without it flowing, and we want that continuous flow of the breath. Arms overhead. Inhale to prepare, exhale up into a glute bridge. Arms overhead. Keeping the arms overhead, squeezing at the glutes, lower back down onto your mat. Bring your arms back overhead, in front of you. Inhale to prepare, exhale, lift up. Arms back behind you, holding 1, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale, back down, keeping those arms behind you, lifting those arms up to center. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Arms back behind, holding for 3, 2, 1. Lower the body back down, back to center. 2 more. One final one at your own pace. Arms back to center. Release your block to the side and come on to the left side of your body where we're gonna do some clam shells. So you can have your forearm on the mat like so, knees to the edge of the mat, or your arms stretched out underneath like so. Palm, that right palm on the mat, feet together. Inhale to prepare, exhale, open up, clamshell, back down. Inhale, exhale. Three more. Come onto your back and release into a full body stretch. Staying on whatever side you are, let's come up into a tabletop position and up into a downward facing dog. Lift the right leg, step that right foot forward into the mat, back foot pressed into the ground, and let's come into a warrior two position. Right arm in front, left arm behind, bending into that knee, hips facing ahead to the front, looking over those fingertips of the right hand. Feet aligned, heel to heel. Lift the right palm up, place the left palm on the thigh, on the shin, and up and over and back onto the calf, not the shin, into a peaceful warrior. Back into warrior two pose, hands down onto the mat, come up onto the balls of your left foot, step back into a downward facing dog, and let's repeat on the other side. Left leg up, step the left foot forward, press the right foot down into the mat, at a knife's edge into that warrior two position. Left fingertips out in front and looking ahead, core engaged. Flip the left palm up. Place the right hand on that thigh or on the calf, up and over into a reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Come back up into that warrior two pose. Palms down on the mat, shifting on to the left. Toes step back, come into a plank position, hold here in that plank position, so shifting the weight forward, engaging your core, straight line of the body. Imagine you've got a cup of water on your back and you need to keep it there. You don't want it to drop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower onto your mat. Release. Stretch your arms out. Hands on the mat or on the ground, as you can see for me. Lift your body up into a seal pose. This is really good for the back. Just allow your feet to flop either side of your mat as well, so you're not active in your legs or engaging your glutes too much. Just allow your body to release here and be free. And now we need to come onto the other side for clamshells. So I'm just gonna switch over to the top side of my mat so you don't have my behind in your face, but stay where you are and flip over. So you want your right arm stretched out on the mat and then your left palm on the ground in front of you, in front of your chest, and then your knees on the edge of the mat. Feet together, thighs together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and open up that clam. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. One more. Exhale. Come into a full body stretch. I swear, sometimes I listen back to my videos and I'm like, what are you talking about? Release the arms overhead. Release the feet, play around with your toes. And we're actually gonna come up into a standing position. So, tabletop, 1 foot forward, the other foot to the front. Release here where we are right now, just in that forward fold. Make your way back up, so rolling the body to the top. Bring your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, palms pressed up to the ceiling, looking up if you wish, or stay looking ahead. Lean back and just release. One more time. Interlace the fingers, looking up, release, and just shake the body out. I hope that you enjoyed this Yogalates practice. If you did, leave your thoughts in the comments. I always respond every single time. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I appreciate it. Thank you.